Devaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naranjaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatin Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudiraye Nashtaprayeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevayam Bhagavate Uttamasloke Bhaktin Bhavadir Naistiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devagi Nandanaya Cha Nandakopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Welcome all the devotees for the morning Srimad Bhagavatam discussion. So, today we are going to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 5, text number 9, 259. The canto name is The Cosmic Manifestation and the chapter name is The Cause of All Causes. So, please repeat the sloka behind me. Brahmovāca.
Brahmavāca.
Samyak kāruṇikasyedaṁ.
Samyak kāruṇikasyedaṁ.
Vatsa vicikitsitam. Yat aham coditaḥ saumya. Bhagavad-vīrya-darśane. Word by word meaning, please repeat behind me. Brahmavāca. Lord Brahma said. Samyak. Perfectly. Kāruṇikasya. Of you who are very kind. Idam. This. Vatsa. My dear boy. Te. Your. Vicikitsitam. Inquisitiveness. Yet. By which. Aham. Myself. Coditaḥ. Inspired. Saumya. O gentle one. Bhagavat. Of the personality of Godhead. Vīrya. Prowess. Darśane. In the matter of. Translation and purport is giving grace away Channa of the A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation, please repeat behind me. Lord Brahma said, my dear boy Nārada, being merciful to all, including me, you have asked all these questions because I have been inspired to see into the prowess of the Almighty Personality of Godhead. Purport. Brahmājī, being so questioned by Nāradajī, congratulated him, for it is usual for the devotee to become very enthusiastic whenever they are questioned concerning the Almighty Personality of Godhead. That is the sign of a pure devotee of the Lord. Such discourses on the transcendental activities of the Lord purify the atmosphere in which such discussions are held, and the devotees thus become enlivened while answering such questions. It is purifying both for the questioners and for one who answers the questions. The pure devotees are not only satisfied by knowing everything about the Lord, but are also eager to broadcast the information to others, for they want to see that the glories of the Lord are known to everyone. Thus, the devotee feels satisfied when such an opportunity is offered to him. This is the basic principle of missionary activities. Hare Krishna. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmanitamena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharne Nirvishesha Shunyavad Pashasha Deshatarne Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So this chapter, Cause of All Causes, this chapter is full of discussion between Brahma and Nārada. So the Brahma, he is the first living entity, living creature in this material world, living being in this material world, created by it. He's so he's a Swayambhu. It's created by, it came out from the lotus, which is came out from the navel of Lord Vishnu. So Lord imparted the Vedic knowledge to Brahmājī. So because, and after that, he is a knowledgeable person and he was the secondary creator. So since he was doing the creation, so Nārada Muni, he has the question that whether he is the supreme personality of Godhead or not, because he is the supreme or not, because he is taking care of the creation. And he has a doubt also that Brahma, he was meditating on someone, and also he was following some disciplines and everything. So we discussed in the previous slogas. So then he has a doubt. So someone else who is on top of him, that's the reason he was doing all those stuffs. So that is the doubt Nārada had. So Nārada asked the multiple questions to Brahma, whether you are the one who is the creator, who you are the supreme, or if you are not a supreme, who is the supreme? What is the source of that? All those questions he asked. So now Brahma started giving the answer. That is the reason this sloka it is called brahmovāca. So Brahma giving the answer to Nārada Muni. So by hearing these questions, Brahma he got so much happiness, because whenever the devotees, somebody asks the question about the Lord, and the person who is acting as a master, he's going to discuss about the Lord. So that is the pure devotees always, when they discuss about the Lord, they will be so much of happiness they will feel, because they are the understanding, they have the realization about the Supreme Lord. So when they share that knowledge to others, they will feel so much happiness. So in mundane world also, we are feeling so much happiness. We are going to go and seeing a movie, and somebody asks how is the movie, then we are eager. If the hero is favorite for us, what we are doing, we are expressing, we are giving the what happened in the movie, we are giving that scene was very nice, that the hero acted like this way. So with enthusiasm, the fans of that hero, they will explain to others. So in that is even the mundane. But if there is another movie, the another hero, then they will glorify that person. But it is not in the case of the spirituality. When a person to become a fan in the mundane world, we can say that fan of a supreme personality of Godhead, who is the devotee of the Lord, they never change their determination, because they tasted the little bhakti and they tasted the little connectivity with the Lord. So that is the reason they never change, and they always enthusiastic to, eager to deliver that, whatever they know, whatever they realize, deliver that message to others. So we can also see whenever there is a question put in front of the pure devotees of the Lord, wherever they are coming. They are eagerly spoke about the Lord. They would don't think about the timing. Whatever the time when you are speaking, they will hours together, they will discuss the answer for that. So that is the qualification of the devotee of the Lord, pure devotee of the Lord. Because they are always thinking about the Lord, they were always wanted to spread the glories of the Lord. Here, Prabhupada is saying that is the missionary activities. It is the missionary activities means broadcasting the information about the Supreme Lord is a missionary activity. But that's the glories of the Lord. Because in this material world, 99% of the people, more than 99% of the people not aware of glories of the Supreme Lord. And first of all, they don't know who is the Supreme Lord. And even though if they don't know the glories of the Supreme Lord and how to connect with him. All those things, whoever connected with the Supreme Lord as a devotee through the Bhagavatam, through Bhagavad-Gīta, only those person can understand, those person can deliver the message as it is. So that is the reason our author, our spiritual master, the Supreme Spiritual Master, Srila Prabhupada also stressing this point. Who, whatever the knowledge you got, the only thing you are going to give me the return, whatever I gave you all, the only thing you can pay back through whatever you learn, spread it to others. That is the only thing he was asking. And whatever the books I wrote, distribute to others. So that is the way, because it is not possible to, because whatever we got, it is a greatest gift in this material world. Whatever we got about the connectivity to the devotees and trying to, we are also becoming a devotee, pure devotees of the Lord. We are following the pure devotees of the Lord. We are also getting in touch with the spirituality. So we understand what is our path, what is our destination, what will be our goal of life. All these things we came to know because of this such pure devotees of the Lord and the representatives of the pure devotees of the Lord. So we tasted that, so we know all those things. We tasted little bhakti from this, by we are releasing whatever spoken by the Lord in the Bhagavad Gita, whatever the pure devotee spoken in Srimad Bhagavatam, all those things we tasted that, and we understand the glories of the Lord, and we understand that Lord is so great, and what the human being supposed to do in this material life, we know. And we are seeing in front of our life, after understanding what, after realizing that, we are seeing that most of the people are wasting their valuable human life just into the sense gratification. We are understanding that, and some of the cases we cannot do anything, but some cases we can speak with them and we can try to make them a devotee. This is the great work in this Kali Yuga, to make a non-devotee to become a devotee. So it is not, that's the reason Lord demonstrated through Srila Prabhupada. He went to America. Even a person who's not aware, the person may be connected with other religion, or they may live in a very abominable life, breaking all the 4 regulative principles. Even that person can be connected. That person can be converted. That person become a pure devotee of the Lord by the mercy of the another pure devotee of the Lord. So that is the power of the preaching. So when you have the ability, when you have the determination, I want to preach, I want to give whatever I got, that knowledge to others, then Lord will show the path automatically. So in Bhagavad Gita 10.9, Krishna is talking about the devotees of the Lord. What is the qualities of the devotees of the Lord? Matchitta madgada prana bodhayandaha parasparam kadayandascha mam nityam susyanticha ramanticha. So the meaning is, the thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Their lives are fully devoted to my service, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me. So these are the qualities of the pure devotees. So what he is saying, my pure devotees dwells their thoughts, but always they are thinking about how can I satisfy the Lord, how can I serve the Lord, and what are the ways I can spread this Lord's glories to others. That is always their thinking. 24/7 they will think that only. And the next is saying that their lives are fully devoted to my service. So they will devote their life only for the spread the glories of the Lord. That is the pure devotees. And they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me. So they will feel satisfaction. When they feel satisfaction, not by eating the palatable food, whatever we are giving, even though some pure devotee is coming, then we are preparing multiple varieties of the feast. We are giving the feast to that pure devotee. But eating that, he won't get sad. It is not, that won't give satisfaction to him. What will give the satisfaction when he deliver the class, when he preach, when he give the knowledge to others about the Supreme Lord, that will give the satisfaction to him. That enlightening others. So by through him, we will some, if there may be, when a pure devotee comes and then there is a class happen, maybe some 300, 400 people make a attend. So in that 300, 400, at least one person inspired by the knowledge what the delivered by the pure devotee, that is the, in that way they will feel happiness. At least one person got enlightened. So that is the way. And they were discussing about the Supreme Lord. Even though pure the devotees made me, they were discussing about the Supreme Lord. So that will make, that way they will be feel happy also. They will be satisfied, they will feel happy also. This is the definition provided by the Lord himself in Bhagavad Gita. He has to taste that, because the Lord was, he just told in Bhagavad Gita, 5,000 years back, Lord told that, okay, my devotees will be like that. They will spread my knowledge. Everything theoretically he told. But he wanted to, yes, Lord, he can taste everything. Even he can feel all the rasas he can feel. But Dasya rasa, so to servant of the Lord and to pure devotee of the Lord, so devotee, how the devotee will feel, that Lord cannot taste that. Except that he can taste everything. So in order to taste that only, he came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he acted as devotee of the Lord. Then by chanting his own holy name, he went into a trance and he was enjoying so much. And that is the reason Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he is appeared, is that he wanted to taste that, how a devotee feel. What is the understanding of the devotee? What is the realization of the devotee? How the devotee will feel when they do the bhakti. So that thing he wanted to taste, because he instructed everything he provided in Bhagavad Gita. But that instruction, how the devotee will follow, how devotee feeling will be, that he never tasted. So that is the reason Lord wanted himself to taste himself the same thing, how the devotee feelings. So that is the reason he came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he tasted that also. And in Bhagavad Gita 18.68, Krishna is saying that, what he is saying, Yayitam paramam guyam mad bhakteshu abhidastyati bhaktim mai param kretva mam yevasyati asamsayaha. So he is saying 18.68, this is at the end of the 18th chapter. It's a conclusion of the entire Bhagavad Gita. What he is saying that, for one who explains the supreme secret to the devotees, this supreme secret in the sense, but he was giving the knowledge, Bhagavad Gita knowledge to Arjuna. So he is telling to Arjuna that whatever till now he spoken from the first chapter to the 18th chapter, 16, this is at the end of the verse. Total 72 verses are there in the 18th chapter. It is the 68th verse. So at the end, while concluding, he was saying, Krishna is saying that one who explains this supreme secret to the devotees, who are explaining this to the devotees, pure devotional service is guaranteed. So the person who is explaining this Bhagavad Gita to others, for them, the pure devotional service is guaranteed. And he's saying that at the end, he will come back to me. So this is also guarantee. He's saying, whoever giving this knowledge, Bhagavad Gita knowledge to others, that person will come back to me. So this is also pure devotional service is guaranteed, and he will come back to me. This is the two guarantees Bhagavan, Lord is giving at the end of this Bhagavad Gita. And 18.69, again he is saying that, Nachatasman manusyeshu kaschin me priya kritamaha bhavita nachame tasmad anyaha priyataro bhuvi. So he is saying that there is no servant in this world more dear to me than he, nor will there ever be one more dear. So he is saying that such a person who was giving the Bhagavad Gita knowledge to others, anyway, he's saying that he will get the pure devotional service and he will come back to me. These two guarantees Lord is giving in the previous verse. In this verse, he is saying that there is no servant in this world more dear to me than he. So there is nobody else in this world more dear to that person who is giving my glories to, my knowledge to, Bhagavad Gita knowledge to others. That person is very dear to me. That's what he is saying that. Nor will there ever be one more dear. So, ever be one more dear. So, there nobody else can be more dear to me than who is preaching about Bhagavad Gita. And whatever knowledge I gave in Bhagavad Gita, who are giving the preaching this knowledge, that person is more dear to me. So this is the words, it is directly given by the Lord. So by this we can understand that how much Lord loves the devotees and who are preaching, especially the preaching devotees of the Lord, who are preaching about the glories of the Supreme Lord, who are coming and spreading the knowledge of the Lord. If you see the pure devotees, they are following the regulative principle, they are following austerities. By seeing them only, we will inspire. They don't want to speak. By seeing their personality, we will get some changes in our heart. So that will melt our, and by whatever activities they are doing, even though they don't want to say about the Lord, but how they dedicated their life, entire life for the Supreme, to spread the glories of Supreme Lord. When we hear that only our heart will change. So that's the reason Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, when Lord himself came as a Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as a devotee of the Lord, he himself said, what is that? Sadhu sange, sarva siddhi, sarva shastra hoy, navamatra sadhu sange, sarva siddhi hoy. So, all the scriptures, it is conclusion, what they are saying that, even if you refer all the scriptures, every scripture is saying that sadhu sangha, when you get the association of the pure devotees, even though you are getting this is the conclusion of all the scriptures. Even though if you get the lava matra, so lava matra means it is within a second, if you divide a second in that one part of that is a lava, within lava matra sadhu sangha. If you get that much sadhu sangha, great pure devotee sangha also, your life will be, you will become perfect. Your life can become perfect. Sarva siddhi hoy. Sarva siddhi means, what is the sarva siddhi? You will get everything. What is the everything? What is because getting into the big house, big car, it is not everything. Because that is a temporary thing. That is Lord provided here according to our karma. But what is the sarva siddhi? Means getting the bhakti is the topmost siddhi. What topmost gift one can get. So by just association with the pure devotee of the Lord, by seeing them, that is the devotion is guaranteed. Because we will think that by seeing that devotees, we will also put in our mind, we will think that by seeing their personality, how their austerity they are following, and then somebody will introduce him. Okay, this many years, this sannyasi, he became a sannyasi at the age of 24. That means we can understand at the age of 24 what we did. Now this 20 at the age of 24, what he did, and how he is. Even though the spiritual master is not there, he is strictly following what the instructions of the spiritual master till last. Many of the sannyasis in ISKCON, last 50 years, more than 50 years, they are following the instruction of the Srila Prabhupada. Even though Srila Prabhupada is not there in this material world, but still he is following the instruction. Srila Prabhupada always said, I will be there in the form of my books. So if you are loving me, you just read my books. If you want me to love you, distribute my books. That is a service I only expecting from you all. That is the instruction Prabhupada gave. So Prabhupada also, because he is also following the acharyas. So the knowledge coming from Krishna also saying that the person who is spreading my knowledge is dear to me. So the pure devotees, they understood that, okay, I want to get the love of Godhead. To get the love of Godhead, the only mean is to spread the glories of the Supreme Lord, discuss about the Supreme Lord, catch hold of the devotional activities, devotional service. That is the only mean we'll get the love of Godhead. That they understood. Then they take it as a entire life they dedicated for that. And last 50, more than 50 years, they are doing that service. They are going all over the world. They are traveling all over the world and they are distributing. They are not gathering money. They are not gathering money for their sense gratification. They will have only 3 to 4 clothes in there with them, and whatever the condition, it may be a climatic condition is a problem, or their own body giving their problem. No, they never doesn't matter for them. They always, their only thing is whatever it may be, I wanted to give this knowledge to others. Then that is the instruction of my spiritual master. Till my end of life, I have to do that. So even if you see the spirit in the Srila Prabhupada, there is a video in YouTube also. At the end of the life, is when he about to leave this material world. During that time also, he was not, his body he has only, his bones were there, and on top of the bone, skin were there. That much only he was. In that situation also, he's going to about to leave the material world. That situation also, if you see, his disciples kept the microphone near to his mouth. He was giving the translation for this. She was translating Srimad Bhagavatam, and his commentary, he is giving the commentary for that. That much determination, even at the verge, at the end of the life also, till the end of the life, I have to serve the Lord. That is the determination. So all the doctors, by seeing him, it is a miracle. They are saying that it is a miracle. It is not at all possible at the time of death. A person can, at the time of the leaving this body, the person can give the class. He is giving the instructions. It is not at all possible. It is for the common man. Common man, they will think about, they cannot speak because the vada, pitta, kava, everything will choke up their throat. They cannot speak, and he's nothing in his body. Is only the bones. It is showing. All the bones are showing outwardly. He was in the bed for so many days. He was about to leave, but in that situation also, he was giving he was speaking about the Lord. So that is the topmost. That is the highest way even a person can serve the Supreme Lord. So that is the Lord give the opportunity also at the end of the life. So it is said that in Bhagavad-Gīta, Krishna is saying that at the end of life, if you are able to remember me, you will come back to me. Lord was saying. But in the case of Srila Prabhupada, he not only remembered the Supreme Lord, he was giving the knowledge. He was doing the preaching at the end of the life. He was giving till his last breath. He was breathing. He was about to breathe, about to leave the material. But till that time, he was speaking about the Supreme Lord, and he was giving the commentary to the Srimad Bhagavatam. So that is the determination of the pure devotees of the Lord. The pure devotees of the Lord, they will, whether they will be there in the material world, whether they going to the hell, whether they going to the heaven, whether they are going to the upper planetary system, Patala Loka, or Supreme world. Anywhere, wherever they go, they wanted to discuss about the Lord. They wanted to give the glories about the Lord. That is the only determination they are doing their service. So they no matter wherever they are. So that is the reason we can learn this kind by seeing the pure devotee's life. We can get this lesson. We may not imitate. We cannot imitate that. We cannot imitate that what the pure devotee did, but we can get the inspiration from them. Okay, this whatever they did, they also achieved their life. They lived their life completely. Because in this material world, if you see, even all the other living entities are useful. Some are other useful to this material world, to the human being, to all our other living entities. There will be useful. They will become a food, or they will do something. By that, the other living entities will get benefited. So each and every living entity is the food chain. It is prepared so that the ecosystem will be recycle itself, and each help each one another. All the living entities help one another so that the ecosystem will sustain. So this is the way Lord prepared this. So if you see the living entity as a human being, there is no specific duty is given. Nothing can be. There is no. If you see the even honeybee, it is producing a honey, and even a squirrel, it is eating the fruits, and it is going and it's putting the seeds here and there because of the trees and plants are coming. So each and every living entity, there is a purpose. But what is the purpose for the human being? We are saying that if you analyze that, there is no material purpose. to, but what we are doing, we are exploiting the material, whatever the material thing we are coming out and we are exploiting, we are destroying all the nature. And but what is the reason Lord provide the human form of life? Human form of life to understand that we should not destroy, we should not disturb the nature. Nature is provided by the Lord, it's maintained by the Lord. We have to help for that. We should not destroy, we should not disturb the nature. And this human form of life is for the self-realization. Why I am here, who is God, what is the connectivity between me and God, and follow the pure devotees and go back to Godhead. That is the topmost purpose in this material world. A dog or a cat cannot think about God, and they cannot meditate, they cannot chant the holy name of the Lord. Only human being can do. They can hear about the glories of the Lord. They can do the glories of they can do the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. So that is the Yuga Dharma. They can perfect their life, they can go back to Godhead. So that is the topmost way Lord gave. You don't want to do any other activities in this material world. You don't want to, your usefulness should be to spread my holy name and follow my instructions and come back to me. So that is the only work Lord gave it to us. So we have to understand that we have to follow the instructions of the Lord so that we can make our life perfect. So Lord Brahma, here in this today's sloka, the Brahma is discussing with Nārada Muni that what is the perfection of, he become happy when Nārada Muni asked about the Almighty Lord. That is the quality of the pure devotees. When they discuss about the Supreme Lord, they will get more happiness. So that is the way. We also, whenever somebody asking the question, we also should be happy and we should give the knowledge to others so that the other person also enlightened and we also get the opportunity to serve the Lord by giving whatever we came to know. So that is the way we are doing the devotional service. So we'll become the dear devotee of the Lord so that we can go back to Godhead at the end of our life. Hare Krishna. Grantharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai.